All right, Shalom. Want to give our praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to my apostle elders, great millstone of Ruel. Peace and salutation, all that I can pushing this truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This your brother, Tazam Bar, coming back through the spirit and power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And through the spirit, want to do a real brief lesson, going in off this topic here that was brought to my attention as I was scrolling on TikTok. And at the end of the day, they've been doing a lot of these things behind a lot of these people back, as they always do, keep these people distracted with all the folly, the holidays, and all these Haggadah dialects with these psyops, and they be, pulling the plug on this system. And as people were celebrating that wicked ass holiday, Halloween, Friday night, this is what the Federal Reserve was doing behind the scenes, man, which and me and other brothers here in GMS and other like-minded brothers did lessons on a couple of days ago, how they're gradually setting up this system to fail because the collapse is looming. Because when I say that, it's basically going to be out these bank runs with this federal government shut down, with a lot of money being lost that's not pouring to the banks as far as on these loans and these car payments and these mortgages and credit cards and things like that. That's going to create the Federal Reserve putting more money into the banks and at the same time creating more inflation. And that's what they've been doing. That's going to create more bank runs, more money, more banks telling the citizens they don't have no money in the banks. That's what's happening, man. And that's going to create what? Economic crash. And this is what they want, man. This is what they want. All this is systematic design. No money pouring in as far as the SNAP benefits, and they're not getting paid for that, not getting paid for the Section 8 and some of these other government programs. So, hey, you're about to really start seeing more turmoil, more economic woes here in this society very, very soon, man. So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to grab a few presets and close it out. I'm not going to make it too long, just showing you how they setting up this system right in the people's face. This is all strategically planned out so they can have this economic crash, man.
Explosive news that happened overnight that the mainstream media is not talking about, and for good reason, because they don't want to cause a run on the banks. And I'm going to tell you about it because I think everyone needs to know about this. So last night, Halloween night, in the middle of the night, the Federal Reserve injected billions of dollars into the banking system. They conducted the biggest repo operation since 2020 in COVID, injecting $29.4 billion into the banking system.
And this is fair use. I'm not using this for any monetary gain. I'm using this for educational purposes only under the Copyright Act of 1976 under Section 107. Fair use disclaimer.
Repos are short-term loans where the banks trade treasuries for cash to boost liquidity, meaning the banks are having a cash liquidity problem, which means loans are going to tighten up significantly. U.S. bank reserves have crashed to $2.8 trillion. That's a 4-year low. Guys, major alarm bells are going off. They did this very quietly. It wasn't really announced. No one talked about it. This is major. They did it Friday night, so there's not a rush on the banks today because many of them are closed. So, guys, they are trying to safeguard the system, but they are showing that it is under significant stress, and it is going to be compounded and get even worse today and into this week, because there is now billions of dollars that is not going to be flowing in the businesses, into the banking system because of the SNAP benefits expiring. So without that money coming into the system, that's just a huge chunk that's not going in through the banks. And then you have the government shutdown causing contractors to not be getting paid. That money's not flowing through. Then you've got the air traffic controllers not working and that money not flowing in, and all these other government employees not having money come in flowing through the banking system. So it's massive losses. This shutdown has to end. What this also shows is that people have already been going to the banks to pull out their cash, to get their cash out. So the banks are low on cash. There's probably people even going there trying to pull money and being told no, they don't have it. I'm sure that is happening. And if it's not yet, it might start happening here very soon. I'm not trying to be an alarmist here, but this is actually happening. This move by the Fed shows there's major problems ahead. This could be the big correction coming. It could hit this week. Could this looming crisis be the reason senior cabinet officials have moved on to military housing now? Let me know your thoughts on this. Leave a comment, like, share, spread the word, make sure everyone knows.
A number of the members of the administration.
Well, I saw this and I just had to laugh. So, Stephen Miller, Marco Rubio, Kristi Noem are living on base on a military installation guarded by military personnel because they are scared of the public. Now, I totally understand politicians being scared of the public when they are doing things that people don't like.
And before we get into that, they're scared of the public because they can see that something major. They already see that major shift is about to take place. We already can see the global shift, for especially in America, the reset. And that's why they always say, "Let not a crisis go to waste." So we can clearly see the reset is ahead. They use, as Apostle Hart said, they use the SNAP benefits in the Section 8, all these government assistance programs and this government shutdown. They use this as a Trojan horse to usher in this new system that they're about to bring forth, man. So we're not ignorant, Satan devices. We can clearly see that they're doing this dramatic shift right on time before the holidays and things like that, where people, want to celebrate these wicked ass holidays and not going to be able to, so they can create this as a catalyst to create the uproars of the people and sedition amongst men and things like that. And this is why you have government officials moving to military bases, so they can be basically protected when these riots and these protests and these things take place, man. Because this is what's gonna lead to all hell breaking loose, man. And they know that, man. This is going to lead to chaos, and then they bring forth the order with this new digital identification, this new system, man. You have to have all this part, be part of this new system if you want to get these programs back. They're going to have new stipulations and things like that. This is all the catalyst, this is all the Trojan horse for them to usher in this MOTB system. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, the men of the Lord are ahead of these things. We see it through the spirit years ago that they was going to do all these various things and shut this shit down and bring forth martial law and things like that, so they can bring forth the RFID chip, the B system. Because the B system has been set up right in front of you, man. The social credit system, the universal basic income, this carbon tax, all these various things have been set up before you, man. The smart cities, they're setting it up. But before they set it up, they have to crash this new system. They have to get rid of the old system, man. This is why you got Trump talking about Bitcoin and all this shit now, as far as with the technocrats and things like that, because why they're trying to bring forth this new system. That's why they need a reset. And before they had a reset, they're going to have bank runs. They're going to have economy collapse, man. So real quick, this is Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3. It says, "In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble," the keepers of the house represent your economists. Those is that's overseeing the money, man. In your Wall Street, the bankers, the people, even though we already know it's controlled, but at the same time, they are watching over the banks, the bonds, things like that, the capital and things like that. Now you're about to see a lot of capital not flowing into this system, man, which is going to lead to a collapse. Not because when they don't have no capital, when they don't have a lot of assets, far as resources and things like that, far as capital from other nations, that's going to create a collapse, man. And they see that. So a lot of nations are not flowing their money into America because they see America's on this rapid decline with the de-dollarization, what's going on, man, with these tariffs and things like that. So you're seeing more and more turmoil happening to the banks, man. And it says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinder shall cease." Why? Because even with this government shutdown, that's a lack of work. Nobody's getting paid. That's a lack of money flowing to the banks. That's a lack of jobs. That's a lack of resources. Why? Because when I say lack of resources, with the SNAP benefits and things like that, that's less trucks going to these stores. That means that's going to create hyperinflation, with more money, where the prices of food and things are going to go up. So you're going to start to see that more and more. And that's going to be less people who have to go to these plants and these factories to work because they ain't going to have no need for them. Less trucks on the road. This is all strategically planned out where Esau can control the chaos, man. He can control where the food go and things like that. This is what's happening, man. This is what's happening right in front of you. So it's going to be a lack of work and the grinding shall cease because they are few, and those will look out the windows be darkened. Because why? There's going to be more. It's going to be more food deserts. More places like your Costco's and various food lines going to shut down. So you're going to have to go drive farther just to get food. This is all planned out, man. It's all planned out. And through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shemel shall we warning you. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of the grinding is low. And we already been seeing that, man. Even since 2020, it's been a lack of jobs. Everybody been getting hip to the gig economy, which that's drying up, man. Now with the SNAP and the EBT and all these various things and the Section 8, people getting kicked off Section 8. Now they got to find more housing. They got to find somewhere to live. This is all planned out. Where do you think they're going to set it up? They're going to have to set it up where now they're going to be homeless. Now they're going to have to go to the detention center. It's all planned out, man. Esau, planned all this shit out. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the grinding shall be low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, which is what that alarm clock. Ain't nobody going to be rising up for that alarm clock because it's going to be a lack of jobs, which is now. You got all these. Anytime you go on Indeed, you got it. It's a scam. It's a fake job and things like that. People doing 20, 30 applications a day, not getting called back, going about 4 or 5 interviews, and then they getting told they found a better applicant. So this is all strategically planned out so they can crash this system, man. And it says, and all the daughters of music should be brought low. And we already know that music is trash. Music in Babylon the Great is done. But this is all planned out so they can usher in this reset with the social credit system, universal basic income, and its carbon footprint, its carbon tax. It's all planned out because it's all part of the beast system. These smart cities and things that they are setting up, it's all part of the system where you will own nothing and be happy and you'll be dependent on the government. That's what they're setting up, man. This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness, which they have prescribed. And that's what they've been doing. That's why the Lord said, woe, destruction is coming upon these damn devils, man. But hey, at the end of the day, you're in a time of Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30:7. At last, that day has come. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. And it's here. It's right in front of you, man. You're about to really see runs on the banks. You're about to see people robbing and stealing and going into these food places, fresh market and places, and just taking shit and running out. Because it's gonna be a lack of bread out here. It's just gonna be a lack of bread out here. People are not getting paid. The banks is gonna collapse. So you're about to see more turmoil and chaos in the streets. And this is all planned out, man. And this, hey, you can clearly see this is what they wanted. This was the Trojan horse with the SNAP and the EBT and the government shutdown to bring forth a reset, man. So let's play this, man. Because like he said, you got these government officials hiding out. Why they hiding out? Because they understand that these people are about to fucking lose it, man.
Now, you can do things that people don't like and still be doing the right thing. Okay? Think of the representatives in, Minnesota, I believe, that were killed. One was killed with her husband, and then another was critically injured because they were taking care of people. Okay? I can assure you 100% that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz received death threats galore during their campaign. And Kamala Harris while she was in office, right? Totally get it. Now, these people, this administration, are scared because they're doing evil things. The fact that they are living on military installations just goes to show you that they know that they're doing evil things. And they are getting extremely frightened of what is going to happen very soon if they continue doing these evil things. So we know Stephen Miller is the Deputy Chief of Staff of the White House. He's really the one who's making the shots. He is an extremely racist, bigoted Nazi who is an absolutely horrid person. He is Trump's mouthpiece. He is Trump's PR person. And he quotes things from Joseph Goebbels, because who was Hitler's PR guy. So this dude is just 100% evil, right? Now, we know who Kristi Noem is. She's the head of Department of Homeland Security. She's the one who's doing all the ICE raids. Now, it cracks me up.
And they're doing this because at the end of the day, they're trying to set up this new system. They're trying to set up this new system, and they know that people are going to come after them. As you read in the scriptures, right here, 2 Ezra chapter 15, in verse 16, it says, "For there should be sedition among men, invading one another. They should not regard their kings or their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in the power." So they understand that it's gonna be civil unrest out here. It's gonna be mass death, and they already know they're gonna be the target, especially when it comes to the maggers, because the maggers are figuring out that they've been fucking played by DJ Trump. A lot of maggers are government workers. A lot of maggers are farmers. A lot of maggers are on SNAP and EBT. They're the majority of them are on SNAP and EBT. So all the maggers are saying that they've been fucked and they've been played. So what are they going to do? They're going to take actions in their own power. And they're going to go and raid the White House. They're going to go and raid these people's houses. Because why? Because they see what they have failed them. Which all is through the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah that this collapse had to happen, because you're actually seeing a transition of power. So they're going to see that they failed them, and they're going to take actions in their own hand. While this civil unrest is taking place, while they're going to gradually, as they see the uproar and the chaos of the people, gradually bring in martial law. That's why they got the National Guard and National Guard force that they're creating to raid and take down people. Anybody that's basically anti-fashion, basically people that's against the system, which they're going to label mainly, especially the Men of the Lord and various other groups, but then they're going to label all citizens. This is why they created the domestic terrorists. As far as the 9/11, they can label every American a domestic terrorist. This is why they created that, so they can label everybody anti-fashion. So basically, they can just start just grabbing up people, putting them in the detention centers. Because this is all what they wanted, man. They wanted to order out of chaos. They wanted to create the chaos so they can create the order. This is why you're seeing government officials already getting out the way. This is like we brought out in camp yesterday. All these bankers and elites, they already been in their bunkers. They just have stunt doubles to go make their media appearances and things like that. They're already in their bunkers, and they already got the cameras out, and they already watching the people. And they about to start seeing how the people react when they really collapse the society, and how the people are going to fucking lose it. This is all planned out. And it says, "For there should be sedition among men, evading one another. They should not regard their kings or princes, or the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man should desire to go in the city and should not be able. Why? Because they're going to shut the cities down. They're going to shut up checkpoints. They're going to set up this digital identification. They're going to already have these various different places, like the districts, like if you watch the Hunger Games set up, where certain places you can go get food, and certain districts are going to be cut off, and how you're going to have to fight until the death. This is all planned out. This is all planned out. But before they can get to that point, you're going to have straight chaos, man. This is what they want, man. This is what they want. But this is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah. 2 Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." And that's what's coming to these damn people, man. That's what's coming to these people. That's why the Most High is forcing Esau, Edom hand to bring forth the chaos. Because these people in America walked in great pride, man. Make America great again, right? All that pride with Esau, Edom, man. All that pride with you 2/3 ass niggas thinking that you'll never have to get off EBT and SNAP and all that. That you'll be set good. All that pride on you goddamn nigga women. Guess what? Now many great miseries is coming to y'all, man. When they do a run on these banks. When these banks really goddamn tell you they don't have no money, you gonna see these people fucking lose it, bro. You gonna see them lose it. Just like when it's about this food. That you gonna see these people fucking lose it, man. They got to lose it, man. They got to lose it. No bread, no resources, man. These people gonna lose their damn mind. This Ezekiel chapter 7. Verse 19, real quick. "They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed," because that money, that fiat currency, it's not going to be able to sustain you in the time of Jacob's trouble. The scriptures say, "Riches profit not in the day of wrath." It says, and their gold shall be removed, and their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. So that money, that fiat currency, that fake ass, damn Babylonian money, it's not gonna be able to sustain you when it's a lack of resources and a lack of bread when you can't feed your household. This is why they're setting this shit up, this Trojan horse, where you have to depend on the government. That you have to get this new system if you want food. That you got to go to these certain places to get the food. Why? Because they're setting up food deserts where you have to fully depend on the government. This is what they're doing, man. Certain places going to have food, but you got to be part of the system to get to these places to get the food. It's all planned out, man. And they're going to create the bank runs, more turmoil in the banks so they can create this economic collapse and bring forth universal basic income, digital ID, social credit system so you can put everybody on the system so you fully depend on the government. That's what they want, man. And they're doing it right in your face, man. They're creating the chaos. They're creating the turmoil, and they're creating the panic so the people can fully submit themselves to the government, man. This is all planned out, man. And we see it, man. This is all, like Apostle Tahar said, this was all the Trojan horse to usher in this reset, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemal Shah. So with that, like I said, I wasn't gonna make this too long, just showing you how all this is being planned out. The bank, they're creating throwing more money into the banks because they know people don't got no money that work for the government and all these various places that the Section 8 funding and programs are not going to be put into the government so they can create chaos, so they can create the bank run, so they can crash out this new system and they can justify it, man. So with that, I want to close it out by saying, Call Halayim La, Yahweh by Shemal Shah, by Shem Kakodash. Double honors to my apostle elders, the great millstone of Ruel, and peace and salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth with our righteousness and sincerity.